I need to clear that a little bit because today I don't know who is going to be on the table, either the men or the women, but it is the girlfriends show, and this is where the girls get to hang out to have conversations centered around family, people, relationships, and sometimes other people's relationship. Now, we've been here up until the morning. Thankfully, you have also been here with us, giving you updates on the things that matter to your both political, social, economic welfare of our country. And at 9 o'clock hour, we set it aside to talk about the ladies and what the ladies are going through, who is putting the ladies through what they're going through, and how can we address the issue. As always, I'll have two very beautiful ladies seated right here with me in the studio. I'll start from my left. I have Nenwarandon Yilmazaka.
Hello, good morning. So glad to be here once again.
And on my, is this my right? On my right, I have Ove Marie.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
Martha.
I don't know why Ove is acting cute today. Usually, we're doing all the ras stuff.
What do you mean acting cute?
You know, we're always doing the whole. But today, Ove is just like, because she's putting on a dress, she's like
baby girl energy.
When I came in, Martha called me your princess, and so I am.
You're acting.
You don't understand sarcasm, Victor. We have another candidate. We just might teach this one too. But anyways, thank you so much for being here with us. Now, the conversation about today is one that, you know, it's been in the social space. I think in 2022, 2023, paternity fraud took a large space in the social space. That conversation took a large space in the social space, especially because we started to find out that a lot of children didn't belong to the father they thought they were belonging to, or you know, it was a lot. And one of the most popular one will be Nedu Wazobia. You know, he had this entire paternity thing, and since then, it was just in 2026 the wife actually came out to tell us her side of the story. Such a patient person. But anyway, the conversation for today is simple. Does a man need permission before he goes to run a DNA test on his children? That says a lot, but we have a video. Let's go watch it, and then that lays the foundation for the conversation this morning.
I recently found out that my husband did DNA test on both our children, and I only found out because our daughter got sick. I took her to our PCP and she was talking about test results. I was so confused, so the pediatrician allowed her to speak, and we found out that her dad took herself and her brother somewhere a few weeks ago and said they were going for a vaccine. Apparently, it wasn't a vaccine, it was a DNA test. When I confronted him, he said he wanted to be sure and he needed peace of mind because of the way men train children that aren't theirs. We haven't spoken in almost 6 days, just silence. I'm here taking care of a sick child and trying to process how broken I feel. I told a few friends and family members, but they don't see or understand why I'm hurt or the gravity of what he did. They keep saying,
"No, he's sure they are his."
I'm deeply hurt because he doubted me to secretly test our children and is now teaching them to be dishonest. Now he has peace of mind. I'm left questioning everything about our marriage and I'm on the verge of leaving. Mind you, this useless man has cheated on me before and I forgave him. Please don't tell me you can't advise me because you are married. I actually would appreciate your opinion because it seems I don't even have friends at all.
All right, shout out to I Said What I Said podcast, and that's where we got the story from. And this is the conversation for today. Ladies, over to you.
My favorite part was that part, the part where the girl was calculating. Then let's hear from you.
Oh, why do you want to start with me?
Oh God, are we back here this week?
I want to just ask, where did this movie find out this kind of men, Sha? Because
Yes, we find out this kind of men.
because I'm confused. Like, having a conversation as to, is it okay, is it right to, you know, run a DNA test for your children is one thing. But it's another thing to have cheated before they forgave you. And you still have the guts to suspect or think that maybe you're... Okay, please just start first.
You know, there's this thing I always say. If you are so into something or so about something, it's probably because you're into it. If you're so about something, it's probably because you're so into it. So you can hear that he has cheated before and she forgave him, probably because she caught him, not because he decided to.
Of course.
Very important part.
So it means that he's thinking, oh, okay, so as I'm cheating right now, this man has been cheating on me. So he goes on to run the DNA test. But then that was not the first thing that came to my mind when this whole thing started. When I listened to it, the first thing that came to my mind was the pain that this man must probably be going through. It's so painful to have an illusion of what your marriage is, and then boom, you wake up one morning and you realize this man has been having dangerous thoughts about me. He has been thinking about thinking of me as a terrible woman, as a cheat, as this and that. There's no trust whatsoever. Now, this thing has gone right on other people's issues, okay? We've had issues of people just getting themselves to run the test and figuring out that, oh my God, these children are not mine. So there is no right or wrong. But if I were to be the man, if I were to run the test, I'm going to make sure nothing goes wrong while at it.
When you mean nothing goes wrong, which means your wife shouldn't know.
She should never find out.
So you're okay with him
With your husband
running the test without...
We're humans, like you heard.
Oh no.
He's a cheat.
Don't you think? Because now I interpret it as him not trusting her.
Of course he doesn't trust her because he doesn't trust himself as well. That's what I'm saying. If you must do wrong, like I told my younger brother, if you must lie to me, please.
Lie very well.
Lie. Let it be smooth. I'll be very proud of you, even if I figure out the lie.
I think blessing CEO should be in the dictionary somewhere. Like, don't blessing CEO me. Like, that's dumb lying. Like, why are you lying? Like,
So if you must do the criminal act, please do it very smoothly. Let me not get you. Because I'm going to be very mad at you lying and then you being dumb.
now you saying this has made me like so upset about her situation all over. And I'm like, you lied about something. And then you could not even go and research about it so that you can look like a sensible person on TV. And then you are granting interview. You get? It's just like a thief waiting to say, okay, catch me, I'm here.
No, she wants to be consistency. Consistency.
So she's trying to clear her name.
I promise you, there is something fundamentally and mentally wrong with the lady. I promise you.
Someone said spiritual as well.
Oh, God.
Her father is a spiritualist, so he would have... Yeah, her father is a spiritualist.
Oh.
She said it many times. She threatens people online saying, oh, her father is this and that and that, and if you come for her, she's going to go back to her shrine. Obviously, the man didn't get to help her well. Ooh. But that's not blessing. No, we're not talking about her now. We're talking about, somebody going to run a DNA test on the children that you both have without speaking to you first. First things first, I would never be trusting in such a marriage. And the first thing, the reason for that is because... Did I give you any reason? I will have a conversation with you. Did I give you any reason to suspect that, these kids are not yours? Secondly, how promiscuous do you think of me that you think I would bring another person from another child from someone else and bring it into our marriage? Am I saying this does not happen? Of course, it does happen. But you didn't marry your kind. It is obvious. You cheat. I don't. You're out there. Excuse me. I'll use the language that they used. A philandering goat. That's what they use.
Yes.
It's not me. I didn't say it. They said it. That because you are philandering doesn't mean that I am also doing the exact same thing. So first, you don't trust me. Secondly, you are insecure because that's who you are.
Thank you. You just took that word off my mouth. So obviously, he's insecure.
Before we get to the part of whether we are going to stay in the marriage or not, this is what I think about the situation. Guess what the woman did? She went to church and told everyone that cared to listen. Oh, how are you? How are your kids? My husband went to run a DNA. She told literally everybody that cared to listen that her husband went and ran a DNA test on her kids without her consent. But personally, if you have those that, and I was having a conversation with someone yesterday, and the person said, we don't communicate anymore in relationships. We don't communicate anymore in marriages, and that's why it doesn't even work half the time. Because you have suspicions and you don't talk to your partner about it. I feel like relationships are easy when people open up to their partners. And see, the moment you said something, you said we're humans, which means that we cannot remove that element of human suspicion and all of that. I hope that you know that when we talk about cheating and philandering, it's not a gender-specific thing. No. A man can do that, a woman can do that. As a matter of fact, have you ever picked a partner before, and then all of a sudden, every other guy you meet after that person starts becoming more attractive than the person that you have picked? It happens all the time, right? The truth is, because these things are a possibility, it doesn't mean that I will do it. it's a possibility that people will cheat, but you give your partner the benefit of doubt to say this person is not. So when you have a conversation like that, or when you people have conversations in your relationship, you can say, oh, there's this person I'm finding attractive, I don't want that, I choose you. Your partner can help you walk through the process. Like, it's not rocket science. Talk about it. But now you have gone to do DNA. You have gone and done DNA test. They found out, you know, from behind that you did that. Now you have to bear the consequence of that.
I like the fact that you brought in that communication part, because I was also looking at it in that line. Oh, you're suspecting something. You guys are married, for crying out loud. Sit and have a conversation. So because again, this thing must have probably,
it will also break me if my husband has that conversation with me. It will also let's just put it out there.
So two things, right? It could be because most of the time this thing just starts from little things. Maybe you felt okay, she had a call, and instead of her picking it there, she ran off, you know, and then you're suspecting who is she speaking with. These are that. It could start off with asking, oh, babe, who are you speaking with? And then you notice, you know, and then if you still feel like something is off, you could now have that conversation. What's going on? I don't understand your movement and all of that. Before you now get to the point of, you know, reaching and then suspecting. But again, I feel like the man was insecure, just as Martha said. Insecure based on, probably he felt that because he had cheated before, maybe he felt
how can you
now like run a return match kind of thing. They're very like that though, you don't know. They'll just feel like, okay, she might want to, you know, retaliate.
You are the one
maybe
who cheated.
One of the kids are not, because that's the only way. That's the only way. No, that's the only way this will make sense.
You are the one who cheated. You are the one who is insecure.
But that's how it works.
Like, you don't know,
Martha.
But that is what's going on here now. Most. Yes. So you there are people who feel like I'm not the only one doing this bad thing. As I'm doing it, she might also be doing it in her own corner. There are people like that. And
they're mostly like that.
Exactly. And I feel like that's where this man falls. That's the category he falls on that.
You know, I'm so happy that I'm here to pull you guys back from La La Land, because...
La La Land?
Yes. Because you are all talking about how, oh, let's talk about it, oh, this and that. I need you guys, before you say that, you talk about how it is difficult for people to talk.
So why would you get married to someone that's difficult
exactly.
to take away?
Look, the only thing right here is that we are constantly trying to educate people about this, and so you think it is normal. Girl, go out there.
Even personally, right? She knows there are things that happen, and I'm just looking at you. I know that I will never speak to you again. I don't even need to tell you that I don't like you. We're not I will never do that. It's messy. So I would rather not do that. I will ghost you.
Oh yeah, that's because you are in a relationship. In marriage, you've got to speak.
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That
and it is not starts from a relationship.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It is not even easy as a communicator to communicate. You get what I'm trying to say?
I don't even think this is a communicator thing.
Exactly.
Whether or not you are a communicator, I don't understand how you are in a relationship with someone, you claim to love this person, and you are finding it difficult to communicate with. But please, what are you guys doing there?
Go out there and ask. Maybe one of these days we should send out Vox Pop to go and ask what is love.
Do you know the thing
I'm guessing that would just be like a whole...
Do you know, the thing is, I think we need to learn to have difficult conversations. The issue is not necessarily communication. Because when you're hungry, you tell your spouse. When the stuff is finished at home, you tell your spouse. But you think that some are more important than others. So you set aside one and you don't talk about the other one. Or you don't think that, oh, this is difficult. How do I say it? How do I communicate it to my partner?
Now that's where fear comes in.
I don't think
why would you? I mean, why would you have an issue having?
It is the lack of intimacy that causes that. Let me explain. If for you to be intimate, you have to open up yourself. And that means talking about the dirtiest part of yourself to somebody. Let me tell you something. Even to your best siblings, there are certain things that you'll be so scared to tell them. Talk more of somebody who did not come out from the same mother. With you. Do you know the judgments that people hold in their mouth? About you? About the things you have done? Even your partner. And like I said, like we'll continue to say, the other time I said, let us be chanting something before we start this. You all laughed.
Do you know, when you say your dirty secret, this is a basic principle that I have. And it is, when I say if I don't want somebody else to hear what I have said. I don't say it at all. Okay, so that recently saw a podcast, and on the podcast they were talking about being private and being, it's just one of two things, you know. But she said being secretive and being private are two different things. Being secretive is not even speaking when you need to speak, but being private is knowing what to say and what not to say. That doesn't mean you don't speak. That doesn't mean you don't talk to people. So I've come to find that a lot of people find it difficult to separate things that should be in public from things that should be in private. And that is why this whole conversation of judgments start coming in. Or if you hear it, you're going to, why are you telling somebody that will judge you what they will judge you for?
Thank you. So you actually have to have the room to say what you have to say it right. And then you go to tell your wife that, okay, I need to run tests on these children. And meanwhile, you know that your wife is going to tie your neck and hang you on the fan for saying that.
So when I said having a conversation and all of that, I didn't particularly mean you going to say, oh, I want to run a DNA test. For you to have thought of doing a DNA test meant that you were suspecting something. So having a conversation as to, oh, I observed this, I observed that, what's going on? Is there something I need to know? Let's start from there.
So you think
you're already insinuating cheating.
Yes.
You're already insinuating that.
So you think it's everybody that have sense, eh?
This is important.
But now that you
so
have
will you
mentioned,
come out and don't do, oh, DNA test? Come on.
how I will do it.
Why would you? Okay.
When you say emotional intelligence, how I will do it. You already said you were going to give vaccine. Oh, people, we went to do vaccine. No, we saw that DNA was very, very cheap. We say, let's just do it. This one that they are swapping people's children in the hospital up and down.
Like, nice.
You know, that's very good.
You guys are now defending Blessing CEO.
No.
How did it that her name just keeps finding its way?
She's fraud. Paternity fraud, and she's a fraud. So, fraud is fraud. Somehow, a fraudulent person
that means,
always.
so at the end of the day, both of you agree and are in support of running the DNA test.
If you have
a smooth operation, that's your point.
No, by smooth operation, I don't think you should. I don't know how to explain it. I don't think that you should hurt your partner in wanting to do that. There are ways to do things. Okay, there are ways to go about things. You should not always, some of your speculations should just die in your heart, you know. And aside that, if you are that curious and you need to find out, you also need to look for creative ways to do those things. You cannot hurt your partner. There are things that there was a time, I have an example. We were all on a group with someone, right? And we felt it was a group for friends and what have you. And we felt that taking the person out of that group was going to hurt the feelings of that person. We didn't need to take you out there. We opened another group. It's true. We didn't need to take you out of that group. We opened another group. From time to time, we have conversations on both groups, just so that you can manage the situation well, especially when you know that it is someone that does not have their emotions in check. So you need to be able to know that. He obviously doesn't know his partner, which is why he would just go do a DNA test. And you know, how did that even come out? If you want to do something like that, can't you do it discreetly? You know?
I think he did though. The only issue was the children, and
he must have said something, girl, for the children to know that it's a DNA test.
You know when they say what to wear for a team, I think that was just what happened to him. Because he tried his best to keep it clean, and one thing just spilled everything.
Let's go to the very next question, which would be, what would you do in a situation like this? Are you getting out of the marriage? Are you remaining in the marriage? How are you going to solve the problem? Because this is obviously a big issue in the marriage. For her to, you know, be seeking help in the public space, what would you do?
Why is she looking at me?
I want to know. What would you do?
Okay, so first off, I need to make a point.
Okay.
People should know that women have feelings. If you as a man feel something, you should know that the woman feels 10 times what you feel.
Okay. How so? Just so that we're safe.
Just so everybody knows. Because people, you know, men just walk around and next thing they tell you, men also feel. Yes, men feel, but women feel deeper. You see, that woman, you know, we were brought up to bring up our families. When you have a family, you have to do everything in your power to hold it together. It's possible that things have not even been going very well in the house and she has been holding it together. And probably his mind is elsewhere, but her mind is still there. And for the fact that she's not even a cheat, her mind is definitely there. She must have been suffering the pains of the fact that he cheated, and she's just letting it dissolve. She's trying to see how it dissolves because life did not end after he did that. So let us just leave this, let it go. And then you came again with another one and hit her hard. Some people will run crazy. It's not everyone that knows how to manage their emotions.
Absolutely.
If I were to be in her place, to be honest with you, for a cheating husband, I'll understand that he thinks I'm doing the same.
So you would not walk away?
No, I will not walk away.
Okay.
At least, like they said in the video, whenever they talk to family will say, oh, now he knows it's his, or they are his, rather. Now he knows they are his. I won't walk away, I'll stay. But one thing you still should know is that I'm a woman. I can be very, very dangerous. You've got to walk on eggshells.
I will remind you for the rest of
Yeah,
your life.
because the pain I've gone through. If you do anything wrong,
That's how you took your children to run a DNA test.
Yeah, that-
girl, you're not talking about talking.
You were suspecting.
I won't talk. I will not talk about it, girl. I'm not gonna mention it again.
Oh God.
Just do not get on my bad side.
Ouch.
Because you see that marriage, it is once and for all.
We
will
will
stay
nobody's going out.
Nobody's going
no,
out.
I'm scared of you.
We feel it.
Like,
No, I'm
I'm feeling for him.
You know what women do sometimes, and they'll be on a phone call. Don't worry, is that man very silly man? He took his children for DNA. That's how this man. You talk. The man cannot tell you why are you talking about me. It's like, did I call your name? I didn't call your name. Like it's crazy. But let's hear what are you going to do in this situation?
I think I would also be on Ovie's side. I certainly will leave, but there's going to be a lot of conversation actually, because you have to explain to me why you would think
You really
that.
love explanations.
I'm a communicator, right? And I've said it over and over again here. See, probably I could include it as one of my love languages. That communication, that speaking with each other, getting into each other's mind is a very big deal for me. So I would really want to know, like, what did I do that made you think? Because I'm even going to be
I'm
more
serious.
serious.
Do you know
I
that
don't know.
breakup is going to hurt you?
I don't know
lot.
if Nen is on my side, because girl, I'm not talking about shit.
No, I'm on your side based on I won't leave the marriage. That's what I'm
Okay.
saying. No,
Because
but
I'm not talking.
No, but
It's actions. It's actions you
now
want to use.
Now
You
I've
use actions.
differentiated it. I'm going to stay.
So
That's
you
what I
are
meant.
pa-
But we're going to.
You are partly in support.
I'm partly in support. What are you going to No, for me, seriously, because if I'm now still accepting to stay in the marriage, we should come to a certain level of agreement and understanding. And like you said, the emotions, I'm human, I feel pain, whatever he did, it got to me. So I would want to let you understand how it got to me. And then let me understand what went through your mind. Because especially if I know I haven't done anything to make you doubt me, and you still went to that, to do all of that or not. Why do you guys...
You would be such a great spouse.
I'll be such a great spouse, and you guys would not.
If I were a man, I'll marry you.
Let me tell you something. Personally,
So you guys will not.
let me tell you something.
That's
Personally, cheating and still suspecting me is diabolical.
Okay, no, that cheating part. That cheating part, because I spoke for the DNA part.
No,
Anyway.
it is very diabolical of you to be cheating
I agree with you, my dear.
and be suspecting me for that.
It's a mental
Martha,
condition.
It goes like this.
No,
I'm serious. No, I'm telling
cheating
you
and
now.
what?
Cheating and suspecting your partner. You are the one cheating and you are the one
No,
suspecting your partner.
I don't think it goes like this. Do you know why?
It just some
Sometimes
people.
for this kind of people, cheating is not necessary. Cheating sometimes for this kind of people is maybe you have looked down on your partner. You know those understanding partners you have that you come back late, they're not upset.
Yeah.
You do everything.
You know
they're
that
not
anything
upset.
you do,
know
they are not going to.
That's what breeds people like this. You are doing that thing because I'm looking at you doing what you are doing. You'd be like, oh, there's something fishy about this person. She's not shouting, she's not doing anything. But trust me, I think that it is, again, diabolical of you to be cheating. It's too much baggage for me. I cannot be dealing with you cheating and dealing with your insecurity at the same time. I can't, it's not something I can do. I always jokingly say things like, I've been through a lot in my young adult life. I can't continue with that. I can't do that with a partner. If you see me today say that I have decided I will settle down, just know that I found peace there. And if tomorrow that peace is not there, I'm afraid. Because let me tell you, you know, we talk about how damaged our society is, and we don't talk about what contributes to the damaged state of our society. Do you know what it does to the psychology of a person to constantly live in an environment that they're not trusted? Do you know what it does to that person? You second guess yourself almost every time. There are children who haven't forgiven their parents up till date because the parents suspected them that they were loose kids when they were young, and now they are older. They don't even want anything to do with boys anymore. They don't want to be around men anymore. There's always a psychological implication of the things that you do to people. And imagine cheating on somebody and still not trusting the person, putting the person in a very tight spot. The person should keep explaining. This type of person, because he's still the head of the home, even if he cheats, he's the head of the home. Even if he does evil, he's still the head of the home, right? You don't take that away from him. He's the head of the home.
Yes, he's head of the
home.
home.
So no matter what he does, he's still the head of the home. Some people, under the guise of the head of the home, keep doing all sort of things in marriage, and women still stay because he's the head of the home. And there's nothing you can do about it. Personally, marriage for me is mostly for better, for worse, as it should be, right? But people abuse the fact that you want to stay there forever and do all sorts of things. So as it is, I cannot tell you I will stay. Yes. I cannot say, hold on. I cannot say I will stay or I will not stay. It depends on how you remember, when you are outside marriage, saying something is different from when you are inside. So I cannot say for sure that I would leave the marriage. Or I cannot tell you for a fact now that I will stay in the marriage. It depends on everything surrounding that. When he cheated, did he have a child after that cheating? That is even when I will go that time. When somebody else comes with a child, that's when I will leave. Because this is one of the grounds that Christianity dissolves marriage easily when there's infidelity. Some people can take it, some people can't take it. Imagine being loyal all your life to end up with someone who cheats and cheats and cheats and cheats and then suspects you for cheating. It's not an easy life to live.
What I'm trying to tell you is that, right, I'm not disagreeing with anything you said here right now. I completely agree with you, and that is true. But one thing I still want you to know is, I will still say it again, is that when someone is cheating, they think others are doing the same. So, sorry for your mental health.
So now, blessings you now, because she's a fraud, she thinks everyone is a fraud.
I suppose she's maybe...
It's not, you see, that's it. I'm very careful with making assertions like that because it is not a widely accepted truth. It is still speculation.
It is.
Based on the life of some people.
Yes.
So we cannot make that a general school of thought because it's not everybody who does that.
Did I make it general?
Yeah.
Please take that. Most times.
That's
like 85 to
90%.
Yes, I'm serious. Most times when people are doing something, they suspect you are doing it.
Do you realize
I agree with you.
Do you realize how Nigerians think that they are the smartest people all the time? This does not work all the time. Because I've seen people who think that, okay, I'll still go back to this girl again, sadly. Tell me how you are able to sit in your house and assume that people will send you money and nobody will find out that you are lying. Tell me, please.
She must have thought you were all foolish.
Yes, she thinks you are foolish. That's the reason anybody will come and say, she thinks you are foolish. That's why she does that. And this is how a lot of people think. They think they are wiser than you. When you are doing deals, they cut you out of it. Because you are quiet, they think you're stupid. While in truth, you just decided to be silent. So I don't think most Nigerians think that, oh, because you are doing the same. There are people, those ones, I told you, it's a psychological issue. For you to be doing something and now be accusing someone of doing that thing, it does exist. It does exist. A lot of people do it. But I promise you, the average person thinks that he will steal from you and get away with it quietly without you finding out.
Definitely.
So that's pretty much it. Now we have established that you stay. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because
well, again, I wanted to add that, you know, the thing about tweets like this, we might not know how bad things were. We don't know how many times he cheated. If it was maybe once and he apologized and that was it, or maybe he continued, she didn't find out, and then the DNA test thing. Why I'm bringing that is because I know the whole religious aspect of, you know, making sure you get married and you stay married, you know, to the end, no divorce and all of that. But there are some cases, just as we've said, that when it reoccurs for too long or too often, it obviously gets to a point
Don't
where it
stay there when
means
it
the
happens
person
too
doesn't
often.
love you. That's what I'm saying. Once it keeps happening, for me, it definitely means the person doesn't love you. What are you there?
Why do you have
Why are
to
you there?
wait for it to happen?
No. When I say
I don't know if you
wait
do.
now.
Wait, do you listen to what I said when I say if you do it for over a period of time, it happens. It does something to the psychology of the person.
Yes.
So why do you have to stay there for a long time for you to be cheated on many? It's the same thing with people. You know, a few days ago we're talking about how people pay so much attention to their health physically. In fact, a lady was suffering ulcer and acne started coming out on her face. You know what she did? She stopped taking her ulcer medication and started treating
The acne.
Yes. And she even came to say it on
Beauty
TikTok,
first.
telling people that sometimes you have to take the hard step.
Wow.
Another day we'll talk about some of the people that coach other people. But the truth is, because it is inward, right? Because it is inward, she didn't pay so much attention to it. It's the same thing with physical abuse, domestic violence.
Oh yeah.
Because it
Emotional
is
abuse.
physical, right? It is, you are quick to say, leave the marriage. The person is hitting you. They have disfigured your face. But because it is emotional, we don't pay attention to it. And if you ask me, it is a lot deadlier than the physical abuse.
Of course,
Yes.
yeah. A silent killer, actually.
Yes.
I think at this point, we need to go on a very quick break. When we get back from that break, we'll keep up with this conversation. Please do stay with us.
Rapid TV, rooted in truth, driven by impact.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. It's still Rapid on right here on Rapid TV, and we have been having a conversation about, you know, a man running a DNA test on his children without speaking to his wife first. And then, you know, we do this whole thing where we talk about it off air before we get back on air. And someone here was saying, like, there's no way he wouldn't see a sign before he does that. Please, what do you think about this? Because at this point,
I think we had said it before now. Two ways, right? It's either he actually saw like some little things here, there, and he says suspecting, looks like this woman is actually going outside, or just his insecurity and what Uvie said, oh, I'm cheating, I think she might just as well, you know, both of us might just be, you know, settling ourselves out there. Let me be sure that this woman is also not going out and all of that. So, of course, but for the signs, unless he's a crazy person, to just wake up one day, just pick his children. But again, I usually wanted to draw attention to, I think was it last year where there was like a certain level of statistics as to the children not being, you know, the fathers not being fathers to children or what have you and all of that. So maybe again he might just have woken up and maybe saw one tweet or one video somewhere and just be like, you know what, let me be sure that I'm not training someone else's children, which in an honest, I feel like exactly. I feel like it's also something we need to talk about here because, yes, so it hurts you, especially when you know you're not going out. But there are some men that are the victims here. We've had men who end up training 1, 2, 3, 4. I could remember there was a video of a grown-up man crying, like all the children, none were his, all. And I think they were like,
I'm sure we didn't disregard that fact.
Okay.
We didn't disregard
because
the fact
that part is there, but for this one, Gaisha doesn't have an
You know,
excuse.
with what he said, I just looked and I'm like, oh, this man doesn't even realize that there are a whole bulk of people there who are not normal. Do you know that?
How would he know? He doesn't date men.
Yeah, he doesn't date men, so he doesn't know. Okay, so the thing is, when it comes to marriage, right, we've always stated it on this show that most people go into marriage because when they are not fully able to be fathers or husbands, because society pressure sends them there. It tells you you're so age, you're supposed to be married by now.
Yeah.
When you know your brain has not developed enough to marry,
How do you even know your brain?
When you know you have not gone to therapy, even though most times they say, oh, Nigerians don't go to therapy because they think it's waste of money. You have a whole bulk of issues packed there. You don't even know that they exist. Nobody is helping to pull them out for you. And you just go and find somebody's poor daughter and you marry, and next thing you're doing all sort of things, you know?
Or it is possible that he comes from a home where something like this had happened. His mother or but that's why you should work on your baggage before you get into marriage.
How many people are going to agree they have a baggage?
See,
How many people know?
How many people know? See, I do agree that some men happen to be the victim in stories like this, right? Paternity fraud.
Yeah.
But you also have to understand that while this paternity fraud thing was trending, it was trending side by side with a particular nurse who was exchanging babies in Lagos State University teaching hospital. This also trended about the same time, which means that there are some people that it was never a paternity fraud. I think we dealt with a story like that here, where this lady and her husband, they ran a DNA test, and when they went, the kids were not his. I think one of the kid or one of the child was not his child, and then he started with his wife saying, oh, you cheated on me, why is this child not mine? She was crying. I didn't cheat on you. I didn't do anything. I am certain I have never gone out of this marriage. And it was later on when they went back and traced, they realized that the baby was exchanged in the hospital.
You see that?
So in cases like this, it's a good thing that the man took out the initiative, because he might have never known that this child is not his. But also, things like this happen. So when you say, oh, the person must have seen some sort of signs before they go on to run a test like that, that is your problem. That's your relationship. That's your business. But what I'm saying is, even though you see those signs, talk about it, because of what your partner learning that you went to do a DNA test will do to them. I feel like people go into marriage being very selfish. You don't care about what happens to me. I don't care about what happens to you. I don't care about your emotions. You also don't care about my emotions. You can't go into a partnership with a singlehood mindset. Marriage is partnership. When you get in there, usually you would make a decision about you alone. But once you get into that kind of partnership, there are other bodies that are responsible, that you guys, there's so many other things that you need to consider before making a single decision. That is why your mother cannot just come to my house, or my mother cannot just barge into our home without speaking to me first. I need to know how that makes my wife feel. I need to know how that makes my husband feel. And then we decide. We will not deny that some African mothers go the extreme. When they come to visit their children, they expect heaven and earth from the children. You know, this is a time where the both of you be like, oh, you know, this is how my mother is. Let us just manage her. When she comes, she will go. We'll continue our life. Life is not that hard. But when you have conversations like this, most men, like the one who told us, but he just told us right now, you know, when you have conversations like this, they'll tell you, oh, you don't know marriage. I don't want to ever be in that kind of marriage that requires me to suffer to know what life is all about.
Thank you.
People have wholesome marriages.
Yes.
And it is intentional work.
Yes.
I will not subscribe to the fact that you must be abused in every marriage. I will not subscribe to the fact that you must be manipulated, psychologically manipulated in every marriage. There are wholesome marriages. I will be in one, because I have consciously worked intentionally on myself so that I don't hurt somebody's child. And why will I do that work only to come into somewhere that I will be hurt by somebody eventually? Pick your poison at the end of the day. That's really it.
Truly, truly. It's going to really hurt that after all this work you've done on yourself, you get into a marriage and then the person doesn't even try whatsoever to be intentional about how you feel, what he does, you know, where you go, and how situations turn out, how to handle their emotions and all of these things. It's going to really hurt, because truly, I tell you, it is not an easy thing to work on yourself. And that is why self-knowledge is basic. Like it's the most important thing. It's not basic. Like, it's
how
the
long
most...
have I been trying to leave soda? You tell me. It's hard.
It's very hard, you know. By yourself, it's hard. Talk more of, you know, somebody else. So we need to do it, you know, together. I know a lot of men just think they just marry. Oh, she's a good girl. I know I'm a bad boy, but she's a good girl, so we're gonna be okay. And then you go in
plenty baggage.
Give her, no, you know, no. And when
they say good girl, she means she's moral, you know, all those type of things. But there are good girls that have a terrible temper,
you know. And I'm talking about that. I also have a friend who, not a friend, an acquaintance, a neighbor, who one time I asked him, because people always ask me why am I not married. So I decided to torment people that
They
go
ask
to.
you that?
No. I decided to ask him because, of course, if you are doing it to me, why shouldn't I do it to other people? So I asked him,
Wow,
"Oh, why are you not
okay.
married?" And he told me. Because if I don't ask him, he will ask me first. So I'm like, "Why are you not married?" And he said, "Oh, he hasn't found a girl who will take his trash."
Oh, wow. You're not even willing to work on it.
That was
I
so
couldn't-
straightforward.
I couldn't say a thing. Like, I was mute. Me who always talk. I was like,
No, my immediate response, may you be far away from me and the people that I love.
And if you shock
my
him,
mind, I'm like, may
every
you not find
single
that
word
girl.
he said.
You know,
in my mind,
fine.
I'm like, may you not find that girl. And if
Accept
you find
me.
may you find the one that is worse than you.
I'm telling you, and you know the crazy part? Just take me as I am.
Do you get
No, do you?
That's how most men would actually act.
No, even women, they're the ones that say, do me. If you can't accept me like that,
This is who I am.
go and walk on your back. Go and walk on your back character. Nobody's going to take
Honestly,
you are.
no, I'm saying men because I have come across a whole
lot
bulk
of
of
them.
them who
Okay.
say that, right? For a woman, at some point you will know that, like somebody will say, if you get her pregnant, she would sit, yeah. She'll calm down. That's what so the men always think they have nothing to lose, and so they
even
go
make the
ahead to
mistake of
actually do
impregnating somebody
terrible
you don't like.
things.
Because you're trapped for life.
cramps.
Well, not trapped, but
Well,
trapped.
anyways, did you have any other final things to say before we wrap this up? You've said enough.
My head is just.
All right, I think this is pretty much where we'll wrap it up. But for the lady who has found herself in this, don't come out asking the public to help you to find out what to do. You know the dynamics of your relationships better than any other person would. So we cannot come here to tell you, oh, I'm going to walk away from it, because we don't even know who you are in that marriage as well. So at the end of the day, you are in a better position. It is very hurtful, to know that your partner does not trust you at all. In broad daylight, he did that. However, it's important that you talk things over. If you are willing to move from this point to having a smooth marriage, then you must have a conversation with your partner, finding out why they even thought about you cheating in the first place, what led to them actually doing the DNA test. Because the DNA test is just proof of whatever they think about you or whatever they had thought about you. And this is where we draw the curtain for today. I hope you were able to pick a thing or two, but remember, this episode will always be on YouTube, just so that you can share links with your friends and family. Please do go ahead to comment, to like, and to share this video. It is on YouTube at Official Rapid TV. We also have active social media platforms on Instagram, on Facebook, and on X. It is at Rapid TV. Please do well to follow, like, share, comment on all our posts. www.rbnradiotv.com allows you to connect with us from anywhere in the world. Thank you so much again for being part of the conversation. We will see you tomorrow, or I will see you tomorrow.